Hey guys, all right, this is extremely important to being a good baseball player. As you're real young and you're learning the game, it's really hit the ball, throw the ball, catch the ball, run. As you get older, it really becomes more of a mental game. So, in my opinion, this season for you guys is the first year where mental baseball really wins or loses games for a team. Of course, there's always a home run or a big strikeout, which is physical, which can sometimes win a game for you. But you can win games with less talent if you're smart. And we're learning how to be smart. Okay, we're learning how to think in the game of baseball. And for some of you, I can tell it's the first time you've had to really think. So let's really focus in on this video right now, because this video has to do with you being ready for something before it happens. Okay? So if you take a look at what I've written here, and this isn't everything to think about, but these are just some general ideas. Before every single pitch, you need to know what you're going to do if the ball's hit on the ground to you, if the ball is hit in the air to you, if it's on a line drive to you, what are you going to do? If it's hit to the player next to you, what are you going to do? If it's hit deep over the outfielder's head, what are you going to do? If the ball gets past the catcher, what are you going to do? And I'm not asking you to think about every single situation so that you have to call timeout because you're, calculating all the possibilities of things that might happen. But let me just talk for a second and just give you a couple of ideas of things I would be thinking about. I spent a lot of time playing second base and shortstop. So let's start with the second base position. And there's nobody on base. All right? If the ball's hit on the ground to me, I'm going one. If the ball's hit on the air to me, I'm just going to make the catch. There's nobody on base. If it's hit on a line drive to me, I'm just making the play. There's nobody on base. If it's hit next to me, I'm not getting a double play. So if it's hit to short, the only thing I would do is cover the bag. All right? If it's hit to third base, I'm going to cover the bag. Cover second base because shortstop will be moving over that way. If the ball gets past the catcher, I'm not doing much of anything. There's nobody on base. If it gets deep over the outfielder's head, depending upon which side it's on, I'm going to be part of a piggyback relay. Okay? So that's it. So really, with nobody on base, and you're an infielder, it's just basically, hey, I'm going to field the ball and throw somebody out, or I'm going to cover my base. All right? It gets more complicated once we have runners on base, and that's why we're going to move over to the field view so we can talk further. But guys, before every pitch, I see a lot of you guys look down at your glove or stare off over into the other coach's dugout because you can hear their coach talking to their team, or you're looking around the field. And the truth is, after every pitch, boom, it hits the mitt, and then you need to get back into that resting mode. So you're going to get back to the spot where you believe is your good positioning. You're going to say, okay, there's nobody out, nobody on. I'm making a play here. All right? And then you get back into it. So we need to just get in that habit of after every pitch to get ourselves back ready again so that we're more prepared mentally for what we're going to do with the ball. A lot of you are being surprised when the ball gets to you and you're making decisions while you're trying to field the ball. And I think that has a lot to do with the reason why a lot of you are having the ball tip off your gloves. We're not able to handle a lot of balls that we should be able to handle, and I think it's because we're really thinking while we're trying to make plays instead of already knowing ahead of time what we're going to do. All right, let's move over to the field view. All right, so over here, what you can see right now is we have our defense out here in black, and I have the base runners over here in red. And I'm not going to cover every scenario, guys, but I want to cover a few because I have a feeling we're going to get rained out of practice. And this is really important. If you guys can start thinking before every pitch what you're going to do, we're going to be in business, okay? So let's put a runner on first. So I'm going to runner on. And right away, if you're a first baseman, hopefully you're already saying to yourself, coach is going to move the first baseman over here to hold him on. Good job. All right, so we're holding him on. He's got his lead there. By the way, a couple of little things you might not know as a base runner. If you get a lead back here, that looks like a huge lead to this pitcher. It looks huge, and you'll see a lot of pitchers thrown over there, thrown over there, thrown over there. But as a base runner, if you're looking to steal a base and you want to see if you can get a bigger lead, if you come in here more in a straight line towards second, visually it doesn't look as big of a distance in here to the pitcher, and so sometimes they don't throw over because they think they have a short lead. That's just a little side bit. But anyway, so we have a runner on first, and we're holding them on. Now, and here we go pre-pitch, okay? So let's talk about just third base. Man on first, you're the third baseman. Number one, you have to be thinking there could be a bunt, okay? So right away, if I'm you, I'm going to step in here a little bit in front of the bag. I am going to communicate with the catcher, and I'm going to kind of give him that hand signal that we talked about with the thumb and finger, the one that we talked about for the pitcher and the shortstop. I'm going to kind of give that signal to the catcher so he knows if I field the bunt, then you've got the bag. If I don't field the bunt, then I have the bag. All right, so that's one thing. I'm just going to look in and give the catcher that little sign. I'm then going to look over at second base, and I'm going to say, hey, let's get two. Yell it right over there. Hey, what do you say, babe? Let's get two. All right? I'm then going to yell to my outfield, cut 3 on a hit. I might even say, hey, Goody, let's go, 3 on a hit. Or, hey, Tyler, hey, Brendan, hey, Tang, 3 on a hit. Hey, Wheelie, 3 on a hit. But that's an awful lot of stuff to do for the third baseman. All right? Now, let's say the first pitch comes in, and it was a swing and a miss. Well, right away, we know what's not happening anymore. We know there's not going to be a bunt. So we're going to back up here. Now we can really focus on a double play. So once again, this is before the pitch. Hey, second base, let's get 2. Let's get 2, babe. Outfield, 3 on a hit. Let's go. Good throws. Outfield, 3 on a hit. Good throws. And then we can settle in and really focus on the ball coming off the bat. Okay? Now, let's take a look at third base again with a man on second. Now, with a man on second, all right, and we're going to say we have a right-handed batter up. And the reason why we're doing that is because right now I want short and second to figure out whose main responsibility it's going to be to hold that runner close to the bag. With a right-handed batter with a good chance to pull, we're going to play the opposite guy. So, second baseman, this is your job to shorten him up. Sometimes, and boy, I thought the Legends guys did a nice job. Sometimes you run in hard and slap your glove. Sometimes you creep in a couple steps and come back. Sometimes you just tap your glove a little bit. You got to watch to see what he's going to do. Okay? A little trick that I used to use is sometimes you can play possum, which means just kind of stand there. And as the pitcher comes set, and the pitcher looks here maybe, and now he looks back, you can make a hard break with 2 steps, fake like you're going all the way in, come back, and a lot of times this runner is going to shorten up a step or 2 just as the pitcher is releasing the ball home. Now that's kind of a tricky one, but it's a lot of fun to do if you get good at it. It's not the one that you do every single time. It doesn't work every time. If you do it every time, they know what you're doing. But it is one of the looks that you want to give. All right, back to our situation. And we're going to stay on the third baseman here, okay? So we're talking third base. So we have nobody out and a man on second. Now, we've spent some time talking about cut 4. So right now, if I'm the third baseman, here's what I'm thinking, okay, before the pitch. I know I have a runner here, so there could be a steal. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to yell down to him, hey, catch, let's throw him out, baby. Hey, watch this steal, let's throw him out. Okay? I'm then going to tell Goody, hey, Goody, let me know if he's going. Nice and loud if he's going. All right? Then I'm going to think about my position. Number 2 hitter, he still might bunt, so I'm going to probably play even with the bag, and I'm going to watch his hands. Now, in this situation, I'm going to communicate with the catcher again and say, hey, on a bunt, I'm holding. On a bunt, I'm holding. Pitcher, cover my side on a bunt. All right, so that means the pitcher's going to be coming this way. Catcher's going to be coming out on a bunt. First baseman's going to be coming down on a bunt. Second base is coming over. Short's coming over. All right, back to third base. He's going to turn to his outfield. He's going to say, hey, left field, cut 4. Make a good throw, baby. Hit me right here. Let's throw him out at the plate. Say something encouraging. Don't just turn around and yell, nobody yo, cut 4. You know, that kind of stuff. It's very robotic. Say something like you mean it. Hey, left field, let's throw him out, babe. 4 on a hit. The other thing you're going to say is 3 in the air, because some guys are going to tag up over here on a fly ball to left field. So you just yell out to them, hey, 4 on a hit, 3 in the air. All right, we're watching the steal. Hey, let me know if he's going. And then play your position. Here comes the pitch. Strike 1. Well, we know it's not a bunt. So right away I'm going to get myself into a little bit better position here. I still have to be fast enough to cover on the steal. All right. And right away I'm going to turn around. Maybe this time instead of yelling to him, I'm just going to show him 4 fingers. So I'll just turn around real quick, show him 4 fingers. The left fielder, if you're sharp, you can tip your hat. You don't even have to yell anything. You can look right at him and tip your hat. All right? You can look over at the shortstop here now and you say, let me know if he goes. Short, you can tip your hat, just like Brendan Weddleton and I were doing the other day in games and we were talking about. The game gets a lot easier when you start figuring out all these things that we're doing here, guys. All right? So let's say right now, ball is a fly ball to left field. He's going to catch it. Maybe the runner tags up. If he does, we have you coming down. We have short coming over. If he goes, we send it through. If he doesn't go, you'll be yelling, not going, not going, not going. You'll be yelling, not going, not going. And he'll just cut the ball and you'll just lob it to him. The only time this left fielder is going to fire it is if this guy and this guy are screaming, he's going, throw him out, throw him out. In which case also our pitcher would be backing up somewhere in line in here. So we'll see our pitcher come down here to be a good backup on that throw right there. Okay, let's put some guys back into position here. We have a lead. Good job. All right. Let's take a look at, I don't know, let's see. Let's go first baseman. All right, first baseman. We'll put 2 guys on. We'll put a guy on third. We'll put a guy on second. All right, and we will have a left-handed batter. So right away, if you're a left-handed batter, we're going to play him mentally to pull. All right, we're expecting him to be hitting it here mentally. Only fantastic, great hitters generally are going that way, or kids that are getting overpowered with a pitch. And we'll talk more about that later. But what I'm talking about now is who is going to hold this runner close. So in this situation with a lefty, who do you think is going to be holding them close? If you guessed Goody, you are correct. All right, so Goody, your job is going to be to work in here. Glove taps, loud steps. Hey, you got him. You know, different things like that. Make sure we're always taking a peek in here, guys, for me to call that 52 play. All right? Now, if you're the first baseman, let's talk about things you're thinking about. Okay? First and second. Look in. See what coach wants to do. Are we going infield in? No. We're winning 6-1 in the 4th inning, and we have, let's just say we have 1 out. So, nope, we're not going to be worried about it. If they happen to get a run here, that we can live with that. All right, if they ground ball to second, we're just going to be getting the out. So, as the first baseman, what I would be doing is, I'd say, okay, we got a left-handed batter up. I'm going to play a little deeper. I'm going to get as far away from first base as I can and still be there in case there's a ground ball to third, or the pitcher, or short, or second. But most importantly, I'm going to turn to my right fielder and I'm going to say, hey, 3 in the air. I'm going to say 4 on a hit, 4 in the air. Because on a hit, we're talking about this guy coming around to score. This guy already did. And if it's caught in the air by him or him, then this guy would be tagging and coming back. So it's basically cut 4. 4 on a hit, 4 in the air. And make sure you say it to him and him. Okay? There's no double play situation. And so that's where we go from there. All right, I'm going to stop right here. I'm hoping this helps you guys a lot. I didn't do every single position, and I might come back and do another video, but right now this one's up to 10 minutes, so I want to kind of keep it simple here. All right, and I'll probably have another video for you in a minute. Thanks.